Well now, let's hope that this recording goes a little bit smoother than the last one. Hello tadpoles and welcome back. I know it's only been literally 2 days, but yeah, I have remembered to turn my microphone on this time. Here it is, just here, look, yeah. So we are recording audio properly, so fingers crossed this video all goes well. So last time we were here, we were doing the February 2025 Scrawlrbox Challenge. This time, as I said in the last video, we have the March 2025 Scrawlrbox to unbox. So we are going to turn everything around, get set up, and dive straight into this one so you can see exactly what comes in the box this month. And here we are, right, my chickadees. So for those of you that don't know, Scrawlrbox is a monthly art subscription box. The contents of the box outweigh the cost of the box itself. It's put together by an artist or designer, so that all suppliers go together. And every time it explores a new theme, a new idea, and it's a good way to try out suppliers that you might not necessarily have tried without being exposed to them. So let's give this, oh, I've got a little bit of sticker there. Let's give this an open. Ready? We'll pull the tab. Oh, didn't quite come off all in one then. That doesn't happen very often. And there we go. Let's open this up. Oh, we've got a very small pack here today. So these are our supplies. We've got our Scrawler zine, which we will go through in just a minute. We've got a lovely piece of artwork from Jake Spicer. So if you want to have a look at Jake's Instagram and website and everything, those are the links just there. Remember, it's always good to support other artists. So, you know, me first. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to this video. Then go and check them out and say hi. We've also got some cartridge paper. So 10 sheets of 220 GSM cartridge paper. Let's see, can I open this up? And it looks like, from the piece of artwork at least, we might have some coloured pencils, which is actually something I've been getting more and more into over the last few years. So I really enjoy coloured pencils. I'm kind of hoping it is. This is nice paper. This is actually decent paper. So it's Sea White Brighton again, of course. It's going to be good quality. But yeah, this looks like a coloured pencil drawing to me. What do you think? Should we have a look at our supplies and see what we have? So we get our supplies, we get a sticker, we get a sweet as well. Very nicely packaged this time. So our sweet is something. It just says quality confectionery on there. So I'm not sure what that is, but that'll be in the Scrawler zine. And yes, we have coloured pencils. So we have some Derwent fine art pencils, a Staedtler Miles plastic eraser, and a Staedtler sharpener as well. So small pack this time. We have definitely had Derwent pencils before, so well, different varieties of Derwent pencils. Let's see what these ones are. Let's have a little look. So we've got so this says 6 pencils. Unfortunately, I've only got 5 in here, so was not expecting that. And one of them is different to the others. So we've got a Pro Colour, and then we've got just Derwent Light Fast. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I'm going to post this video, of course, because, you know, this is an honest review. That's what I do on my channel. We've got colours: Sun Yellow, Black, Spectrum Blue, Sapphire, and Magenta. So we've almost got like a CMYK here. But yeah, we're missing a pencil and one of them doesn't seem to match. So I am going to reach out to Scrawlrbox. I'm going to let them know what has happened with this. I'm going to go ahead as if this is what's supposed to be in here. And we'll have a look in the Scrawler zine and see what is going on. Because this also feels a little bit light on the ground. So maybe there's been some kind of error somewhere. Should we have a little check, see what it says in here? No, I mean, it does say CMYK, and we've got underlines, get your initial sketch using this pencil. So we've got a pack here that says 6 fine art pencils, but they're actually only supplying 5, and it is CMYK, which is interesting because I was actually going to do a video on CMYK coloured pencils and inks. So this is almost doubling up on something I was going to do already. So it's almost like they've read my mind. It does feel a little light though, having the sharpener, the eraser, and these pencils. It doesn't feel like a massively packed box. Got a little bit about Jake Spicer here. We've got some Scrawler tips, swatching, of course, colour pencils 101. Got a deep dive into using the light fast colouring pencils. A spectrum flower, that's an interesting idea. I like that idea. So some details about the piece that came with it. So with this piece here, a little bit of background. Scrawler Gallery, so Fantasy Forest. Oh, lovely. Got some lovely pieces here. Any names that I recognise? I don't think... Oh, Mapleberry Studios, of course. Yeah, very, very nice indeed. We've got our Scrawler top 3, Mel, Julie, and FBI. Oh, I love that badger down there. This is very cute. That's very my aesthetic. You can see that little creature going around that branch there. Lasting impressions. So Scrawler Extra. And then a bit Moments in Time. And then Living Legend is our Scrawler challenge. We've got a Andy Warhol, Marilyn Monroe down here. Obviously no longer a living legend, but that's maybe the angle we'll go for. Anyone got any suggestions of what or who I could draw for this month's challenge? Make sure to leave a comment down below with what you think. Yeah, I suppose we have got a little bit more paper than usual. Usually you get, 5 sheets. We've got 10 this time. Let's start with, so this is a Pro Colour in Spectrum Blue. Let's try like this first. Nice. So Derwent pencils they are very nice pencils. Let me zoom in a little bit. As I said, Derwent pencils are really nice pencils. They are really nice. They're just a good quality pencil. I'm actually going to be doing some pencil reviews coming up very shortly on the channel. So that is the Pro Colour in Spectrum Blue. Let's try some of these others. So this is a different blue. This is Sapphire. Yeah, this is a much darker blue. And actually, when it comes to CMYK, I would have thought this was closer to the cerulean that you would get in the CMYK. But that's fine. That's fine. We'll see how these mix together. So that's nice. There's a little bit. So this feels much softer, much more buttery. You get a much softer coverage. This I'm getting more of the grain of the paper coming through. If I go over it again, yeah, I feel like you'd need a few layers of this to really get full coverage, but it is building nicely. That's good. Right, we've got our magenta, which is actually magenta. So let's give this a try. And again, it feels quite dark. I don't know if it's just me, but the CMYK that we've got here, the cyan, magenta, yellow. Well, the yellow we haven't tested yet, but the cyan and the magenta so far feels quite dark. Maybe it's because I'm putting it down quite dark. We will do some blending together, see how that goes. We've got the yellow here. So that's a nice yellow. That's a really vivid sunflower yellow, and it is actually called sun yellow, so that makes sense. And that's got much better coverage than the blue and the magenta. And then we've got, so these are light fast pencils. That's just what they call Derwent light fast. This is just black. It's just black, which CMYK K stands for key, which is the black in CMYK. As I said, I was going to do a CMYK video looking at inks and pencils and seeing whether you can get away with just having these colours and doing art with them. We've kind of already been pushed a little bit towards this. I was going to give a little bit more explanation on CMYK in that. But I think I will go ahead and still do that video in the future. So we've got an eraser. So this is a Staedtler Mars plasticized eraser. Let's open it up if I can. There's a little tab. There we are, right. Do any of these erase? Yes. The blue does erase. So that is the Pro Color. Pro Color does erase, which is actually very good because I like sketching in blue, particularly doing kind of animation mock-ups and things like that. This one, yes, it does erase. Okay, let's try the magenta. So it's not fully erasing, and I feel like you would probably damage the paper. The magenta, yeah, not as easy to erase. Yellow erases a little bit, and then the black. Yeah, they do erase, but they're not fully. So you get this ghosting of where the colour was initially. Just get rid of those bits on there. Oh, sorry, I need to check. What is that sweet? Let's have a look. Strawberry flavoured hard-boiled sweet with sherbet centre. Ooh, it is vegan and gluten-free, so I will be having that. Definitely very, very nice. Okay, let's now do... We're going to have to, aren't we? Let's do some swatching and mixing. So we're going to do your classic 3 circles. So this is our cyan, our magenta down here. And of course we've got our yellow as well, which will overlap like this. I feel like the interaction of the yellow in this is the most prominent for some reason. Like you can really see the yellow interacting with the blue and the magenta. I'm calling it blue because it doesn't really feel like a cyan to me. I don't know why. It's just a little too dark. There we go. If we shade a little bit darker towards the middle, we'll do the same with this as well. The magenta feels more magenta. It does feel more magenta, but it's still not quite what I would go for. Yeah, I mean, they are there. They're mixing, they're blending. Fine. Maybe if we do swatches like this instead. So we've got yellow, just a little tiny touch of the blue, the cyan, because yellow is very easily overpowered. Let's come in with a little bit more yellow, and that's a really nice green. That blends really nicely. If I do the magenta, again, just lightly, because you can always add more pigment. Not so easy to subtract pigment. A little bit of blue, cyan. Yeah, and this doesn't feel like it's blending as well, but if we layer it up more and more and more, we'll get more of that blend. It's trying to get it smooth. That's what you want to do when you're using CMYK, is get it nice and smooth. Okay, that's kind of there. If we add a little bit of our black, our key, and just darken this along one edge maybe. Yeah, that's nice. Let's do the same over here. Okay, not bad. So I suppose we should test the the sharpener as well. Which ones could do the most sharpening? We'll do the cyan. And look at that, it sharpens. Actually sharpens rather well. That's good. Yeah, I really don't know with this one. I'm really on the fence. Like, it's covering something that I had planned already, which is great because it's prompting me to do that video and expand on what is here. This pencil I really love because I love colour raised pencils and erasable coloured pencils, so this is going to be a mainstay for me now to do sketching and whatnot. But the fact that it comes in a box that says 6 fine art pencils, there's only 5. Fine, that's probably a printing error, or this was the only box they had to send out such a small amount of pencils. But that's just it. It's this small amount of pencils, and it's an eraser and a sharpener and paper. It doesn't feel like a huge amount. Do you know what I mean? Like, the quality has got to be up there. It just has to be to justify the price. But I don't know. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts? Please do leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about this one, because I'm on the fence, I think is the nicest way to put it. I'm on the fence. So I'd love to have your guys' input. So yeah, leave a comment down below. But that's it for today. We'll be back with the Scrawler Challenge, which was, let's just remind ourselves, Living Legend. We'll be back with the Scrawler Challenge a little bit later in the month. I've got another couple of videos that I'll be working on and releasing as well. Don't forget, I'm also fundraising to convert my garage into a studio right now to do more professional work. So go and have a look at the GoFundMe. That'll be down in the description below as well. But I just want to say thank you for all the support so far. Thank you for subscribing to the channel and all of your comments. It really does help out a huge amount. But for right now, as always, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, and until next time, goodbye.